Are you a blogger or looking to add a blog to your website? If you think about it, blogs are most of the internet. Every time I search an article, that's usually what I end up on is somebody's blog. Kajabi used to only really be known for easily setting up your products and your courses, but Kajabi really is becoming the all-in-one platform because now we can build out our coaching programs, we can build out our websites, we can build out our landing pages for all of our lead magnets or our events, and we can also build out our blog. If you're a YouTuber or a podcaster, then this video is for you too, because I'm going to show you how to build out your blog, which is where I pretty much put all of my YouTube videos and my podcast episodes as well, so that it's more searchable on my website and I gain more SEO traction for my site. I'm Mike Gomes, and I started this channel to help aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself find more financial time and location freedom by turning your knowledge and your expertise into a thriving online business. So if you don't have Kajabi yet and you're looking to give it a test spin, I want to give you a free 30-day trial, which is double the traditional 14-day free trial that Kajabi offers, and at the same time give you immediate access to my beginner course, Kickstart Kajabi, which will help you build your business and start making money within the 30 days, within the Kajabi free trial. Plus, you'll get a free 45-minute coaching call with me to help you get the best out of your 30-day free trial, along with my 30 Days to Profit ebook. So visit my link at michaelgomes.com/Kajabi, get access to your free trial and all these extra bonuses, and I'll put all the information in the description below. So let's dive in. So let's start here on the blog tab on the left-hand side. And if you don't have any blog posts yet, then you want to create your first blog post here. And I'm going to walk you through it in just a second. But just like any blog posting platform like blogger.com or WordPress or any of the other ones, you're going to have a page somewhere on your Kajabi site. You're going to have a blog page that shows off or displays all of your most recent blog posts. And what's cool about this is it auto updates as you create new blog posts within this section. I still use blog posts because most of the content on the internet, they're blog posts, but I don't really write articles per se. Sometimes I do, but the majority of my blog content is just like transcribed YouTube videos and my podcast episodes. Even though Kajabi sets you up with like a static podcast page, I still like to include all my podcast episodes within my blog as well so that they're searchable. It helps with SEO because I have them transcribed and I embed the transcriptions as the blog posts. And it just gives them I can tag them, and so people can search by tags. And so yes, I have the podcast page, but same thing with the YouTube videos. I take the podcast episodes and I have the YouTube videos. They're all embedded within the blog. Helps with SEO, and it helps people search and search through tags, things like that. All right, so let's click here on the right-hand side under New Post. And let me show you what it looks like when you create a new post. Here we go. First off, you'll see here at the top, you can add media, you can add some video, you can add audio. Now what this is Kajabi hosted video or audio. So this is not embedding like a YouTube video or something. This is something where if we click video, it's going to ask you to either upload a new file or select a recent file. And as you can see, we could upload up to like 4 gigabytes of video. And what's great about that is that, it's hosted through Kajabi, so you don't have to worry about hosting anywhere or even putting it up on YouTube. So if you're not a YouTuber, but you want to post video content in your blog, this is how you would do that. I do have some blog posts as of right now that have YouTube videos that are actually uploaded this way, but I'm going to be embedding them all soon, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. So if we want to look at all the different metadata here, let's go through. So here's your post details. You want to enter your title. This is where your actual content is, and you can kind of use some of the formats. You can add images, and there's coding options and different formats, just like you were writing like on your website page. If you're familiar with blog writers, it's very similar. This is where the main content body comes from. So let's say we want to write a title, how to start an online business. Let's just fill this in. Okay, and I'm going to hit save on this because I want to see. Okay, you can see down here under SEO and sharing, it's already created us a custom URL. And we can obviously change this. We can change it to whatever we want. And this is a really good URL right here. But if you wanted to shorten this, like let's say you wanted to say, I don't know, get started in online business. You can write it like this if you wanted to shorten it a little bit, or you could even just make it online business. You could have it all one word. Again, you can even put the hyphen in between. Either way, Google's going to crawl it. Google is going to search it. And so either way, you'll find it. But, if you want to just leave it as the default title, that's totally fine as well. So now the page title right here. Now that is what shows up in the bars up at the top. So let's preview this post. Let me save again. Okay, and then if we open up a new window to preview this post, right now there's obviously nothing in it. Here it is, how to start an online business. But if you look right here, this is the text that it labeled it, right? It says how to start an online business. It just took the title that we put in and it added it as the label of the page. But if we want to change this and customize it, kind of like the custom URL, let's say we do just want to label it online business. So we put it in under the page title, and then you're going to save it. And then if we refresh this page over here, watch what happens right here. It changes. See, now you're going to see online business. So whatever you fill in right here under the page title is what is going to display up here in the bars when either in Chrome or Safari or Firefox, whatever, that's what's going to show up here in the tabs. So you can customize that to anything. Again, you can leave it as the default title. It'll try to pull the default title. So if you're happy with that default title, just leave it. There's no reason to change it. But even if that's the case, I would at least copy and paste it over there just to make sure you're taking advantage of all that SEO. Now for like the page description, I mean, you can only write 160 characters in here, but again, this is SEO. It's all right here on this page. You don't have to leave and jump over. You don't have to like WordPress use any other plugins like Yoast SEO or any of those other ones that we used to use back in the day. It's all built into the blog post right here. So just add a 160 character page description. My recommendation is just to take a paragraph or a section, something that represents from your post, something that represents your post, and just paste it in here. Another thing that I've been doing is I'll take the entire, like if I post a YouTube video, I transcribe my YouTube videos anyway. So I'll take the entire transcription and I'll put it into like ChatGPT AI or something. And I'll say, hey, summarize this for me in 160 characters. And then it'll read through the whole transcription and summarize it into a brief description. And that's what I put right here. You can even tell ChatGPT to make it, keyword rich. And that means the AI will go through and find all the main keywords and keep them within that page description, which really helps with SEO. So there's a little tip for you. Okay, so now the social image right here, you can usually, like sometimes I'll just, especially with a YouTube video or something, I'll just add the same image down here that I add up here as the blog image. But what this social media image is it's whatever image, like if somebody retweets your blog post or they share it or you post it on Facebook or something, if you put the link to the blog post in on Facebook, for example, on your Facebook page, it'll try to pull whatever image is on there. And so most likely it'll pull whatever image is up here as the blog image. And that's how it's been for me. So whatever blog image I usually add is what it pulls as the representation of that blog post. But if you want to choose your own, like a specific image, especially if someone's sharing on Twitter and stuff, maybe you want a different image on like, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram than you would one on your blog image. Like, for example, if you didn't want your YouTube thumbnail, you could put that there. So here, let's just for funsies, let's just choose an image. Here's a couple of YouTube thumbnails. I'm just going to choose this chiropractor image. We're going to throw that in there. Okay, there we go. So we're going to add that. And then up here, for the blog image, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to select, let's just do this latest thumbnail. This is my Kajabi design secrets, latest YouTube video. So I'm going to add that as the blog image. So now for some even greater SEO, this image alt attribute or the image alt text, it says right here, describe the purpose of your image. This will help with SEO. So you can basically fill in anything you want here, some sort of title or something, or even I sometimes even just write the title that I've either put in my YouTube video or my YouTube image, or sometimes I'll even take the title of the blog post and just put it over here. This one, I'd probably literally just write Kajabi design secrets. And that way it definitely has the word Kajabi in it. It's got design secrets. So that's going to help with SEO, as Google will crawl this and it doesn't read images, right? So it'll read text. And so it'll read through, this is what my image is about. And so it just gives Google a little bit more information to go by when they're finding. And speaking of that, tags are important. I'm going to label this one Kajabi. If this was, this is how to start an online business, but maybe it's online business and we want to add here we go. Got another tag here. And what this does, let's save here. And then I'm going to show you over here. Let's refresh this blog post. It's starting to kind of look like a blog post. A little big right now, but as you can see here, these are the tags. So we have Kajabi and we have online business. And so now if you were to click, if a visitor were to click on any one of these tabs after maybe looking at your blog post or on another blog post and they click on Kajabi, it'll then give them a page where any post that is tagged with the word Kajabi or the tag Kajabi will show up here, right? So it's kind of like filtering, right? So it helps with search, it helps with filtering. And that's why I use the same techniques for even my podcast episodes, because let's say you tag a video Kajabi, then you tag a podcast Kajabi or online business or something. the podcast episodes and the YouTube videos are all going to show up, or the podcast or the blog post, if you just wrote a blog post, are all going to show up in the same feed. So it's very searchable. That's what I love about it. Here's your visibility. You know, when you first create a blog post, it's always going to be unpublished. So even if you hit save, it's just always going to be unpublished, which is great. It doesn't go live until you've actually had a chance to beautify it and make it the way you want. When you're done, you can either just click publish, which means it'll publish it right away. It says as of this time, or you can actually set a specific date or time in the future for it to go out. Let's say your audience is used to you posting on a certain day at a certain time, but maybe you're a day or two ahead of time and you just don't want, you could post it right away, but you want to remain consistent, right? So you just select the publish day that you usually publish it on. So the great thing about having just all your blog information right here is that it's so easy. You set it all up, you click save, you select publish, and it's out to the world, right? Now let's talk about video content, because I get asked this question a lot. It's actually one of the most asked questions. It's been debated over the years, and I think there's been some clear answers from YouTube now that if you embed, instead of upload a video to Kajabi, if you embed a video from YouTube, if you're a YouTuber, you'll be able to take advantage of your views from the blog page. But they specified that it has to be someone who manually clicks. You can't just set the video to autoplay on your website and expect those to be views. Someone has to intentionally click on that video, and then those views, if you embed your YouTube video, count towards your views on YouTube. And that is really cool, because now it doesn't matter where you're sending people, right? Or wherever people land. So now you can promote your blogs, you can promote your YouTube channel. And imagine just down the road, it's even more evergreen, right? Because then Google's trolling your SEO. People are searching for things on Google. They're going to find your YouTube video or your blog, and they're going to come here and they're going to watch your YouTube video, and you're still going to get views even if they're not on YouTube. It all works in your favor. So in my opinion, it's better to embed your YouTube videos on here. Now, it depends on what you want to do. For views, yes, it is better. For visual purposes, it's not as good. And there's a few hiccups with it as well. Let me jump over here really quick and show you the latest blog post that I was uploading. Is my Kajabi Advanced video. So I embedded the video here from YouTube right here in the feed, and all you have to do is grab the embed code from YouTube, click on the source code right here, and then you just embed the code right there, right? And then the rest of my blog post was written out below. And basically all I did was just take the YouTube description for the keywords and the SEO, right? And just paste it in here. Eventually, when I get my transcription done, like I said, then I'll have ChatGPT write me a small summary turn it into a blog post, and then I'll be done with that. But what I wanted to show you was, if you embed the video within your blog, the hiccup that I have found is that depending on how you want to set up your blog page, you cannot include a blog image. If you include a blog image, it'll actually show the blog image and the embed video on the same page. And so if they're exactly the same image, it's going to look a little funny. As you can see here, as I scroll down, I filled out all the stuff. I got here's my alt text, Kajabi Design Secrets. I've tagged it with Kajabi. I've set up the custom URL. I haven't done the page description yet, but I went ahead and added the image. I gave it a shorter page title, for the search engines. But in this case, I chose not to upload the video to Kajabi. I wanted to embed it from YouTube. Let me show you one where I've actually uploaded it to Kajabi. If you go down here to one of my older videos, let's look at this Canva one. Okay, so here's an example where I uploaded the video to Kajabi. And you can actually play it right here within the player. There's some video actions you can select. Like, you've got video stats. You can actually see how many times the video's been viewed right here on this page. So, you get some stats. So if you don't want to embed from YouTube and you want to upload here, instead of sharing your video from YouTube, for example, maybe you just share or send out in your email the link to this post, which also could be a great strategy, because then you're getting more eyeballs on your blog and on your website. So here you can you can include closed captions. You can download the video if you need a copy of it, things like that. You can even click use current frame as the thumbnail, which will pull over here for the blog, or the thumbnail for the actual video frame, I believe. I've uploaded a blog image here, and I haven't finished filling out the SEO down here yet. So that's an example of just uploading and hosting the video right on Kajabi instead of embedding from YouTube. So it's really up to you what your ultimate goal is. Do you want more views on YouTube? Do you want the page to look a little prettier? If I click preview, there's not a lot of text on here, but you can see the video player. It just looks a little bit better on the page. And so I tend to lean towards this look because I can customize the way the player looks. but yet I kind of want to start taking advantage of those views on YouTube. And so I think I'm going to start embedding most of my videos here going forward. So like I said, let me show you an example of a podcast, because if you have a podcast, you can also include your show notes. Here, let me show you. Let's check out the introduction here to the Aspiring Entrepreneur podcast. So I've entered some show notes, things that I've mentioned, different places, links to places that they can listen to the episodes. I've added links and information that I actually mentioned in the episode. I always add my podcast episodes to my blog because, number one, the SEO for the search engines, right? And it also makes my content more searchable for people stopping by my website. Because for some people, they'll simply just record a YouTube video and then that audio serves as their podcast episode as well. And then they just embed the video. But for me, since I do other types of videos on my YouTube channel, like tutorials and such, they're not podcast episodes. They're like, tutorials and product reviews. And so these wouldn't translate as well to audio, right? Because they're very visual. But show notes are great because any links or products or references that I mention in the episode, they can be posted here. And I always mention on my podcast, like, hey, if you like to check this or that out, you like to get this product or whatever, I don't have to be giving out links left and right. I'll just tell them, visit my website. Here's the episode number. And then they can go to the show notes. They can check out some of the links and the resources. Some could be affiliate assets. Some of them could be other entrepreneurs or influencers, people we've interviewed on the show. We link to their social media. We link to their website. So it's kind of a stockpile of everything that you've mentioned in the episode. And I like having that on here. And not only that, but again, it provides backlinks and SEO for Google to crawl. So as you can see here on the page, it's exactly the same as a YouTube video or a podcast episode. Here I filled out all the SEO. I haven't really included an image down here, but you can see where I've embedded the audio file just by clicking on audio. It allowed me to upload the audio file under audio actions. Same thing as the video. You get audio stats. You can see how many times people have actually played and listened to the episode here on your website. But like I said, again, down here, I even provide them with, okay, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever. Because I'm also trying to get views over there. I'm actually more leaning towards just Spotify and mostly Apple Podcasts anyway. But again, I shared this link when I first launched my podcast. I shared the link to this page because then it links to Apple Podcasts and stuff as well. So it was easier for me just to share one link. So now real quickly, I'm just going to show you how to actually edit the blog page and the blog post pages because you got two different pages. Okay, if we come over here to the design page on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to my website and I'm just going to click customize when this loads. There we go. I'm just going to click customize. Okay, now we're in the page builder. Okay, and up here at the top, you have this drop-down menu. We're on the home page, and here's all your other pages. This blog page, this is the one we're going to customize. This is the one that displays all of your blog posts, and you can customize this however you want. I've kind of been playing around with it today, done some other tutorials, so it doesn't look exactly how I had it before, but you can see like my latest video post here. Here's, just a blog post that I wrote a little while ago. Here's a couple of podcast episodes, and I'm going to kind of show you how this works a little bit. So over here on the left-hand side, it's just like the page builder for your website. It's the same thing. It looks like even at one point here, like for example, this text and image section, if I show this, at one point I actually, and I may go back to this, I'm not sure, but this is where I would feature like my latest blog post or my latest, YouTube video or my latest podcast episode or whatever. But this is more of a manual thing. All of this down here, this fills in automatically. When you post a new post, it jumps into the feed automatically. You don't have to do anything. This one, I would have to manually go in each time and just update this or just leave one up there that I really, really like and I want to feature. That would I'd probably drop that down, below the hero like this, kind of feature one in there. I'm going to hide that for now. This is your blog listings section right here. And this controls everything that you see highlighting in blue right now. So everything below this section header, if you click on blog listing, it controls all the settings for this. So for example, you can show video. That actually refers to these videos, the uploaded videos that are hosted by Kajabi. So if I click this, it'll actually turn these players off and it'll show the blog post image instead of the actual video. So if I click that back on, I like it on because then they don't have to actually click into the blog post to view the video. They can just click and start watching it. You have the options to like show the date. You can show your tags. Let me turn on tags. See, I can show the tags under each blog post so that, again, they can search by clicking on motivation or podcast. If they click on podcast, it'll just show them all the podcast episodes. Motivation, just show them all the motivation episodes. I'm going to turn the tags off for now. Here you have your layout style, different column grids, media on left and right. Coming down here, you can change how many listings per page. Right now I've got it set at 10, and then below then there'd be a next episode down here, or a next blog post down here. Here's all you have style overrides. You got video player color, so you can change the video color. All this video color and text, the video player color and stuff refers to this video player right here, the one that's hosted in Kajabi, not the embed. As you can see, the embed for YouTube just appears right here as well. And so they can actually click and start watching this on YouTube right here. But they also gives them the option, you will get counted, you will get credit for that view, but you could also they could also click right here and watch on YouTube. So anyway, whole bunch of other settings here you can change. This is your pagination appearance, like the button that after you've hit 10 posts, it'll say like next page, and you'll have another 10 posts, and that's just where you control that. You can have the option to have the sidebar on or not. If I click this off, now the sidebar is gone and it goes completely wide. And then I can even shrink this. I can even use the padding and shrink this down. So I basically just have a skinny feed right down the center. That actually might be what I end up doing, because I don't really, the sidebar is okay. If you click and turn on the sidebar, you can choose, whether it goes on the left or right. You can also choose whether it even shows on mobile or not. I suggest turning it off because it doesn't look very good. If you turn it on, it'll appear below your posts feed on mobile. So on the right hand side, you can see here, this is what I have in the sidebar for right now. I just kind of put it there temporarily. If you scroll down here, this is where the sidebar content is. You can see we have the sidebar search. Here it is over here on the right. Here's a custom block where we put like an image and some text. And of course we put a button right here to join our newsletter. And then you have the recent posts right here, which I'm actually, if I wanted to, I could just I could just click on these three dots and choose hide. And now I've hidden it, out of the sidebar. As you come down here, you got blog listing container. You can set containers and background colors around both the blogs, the blog posts, and the sidebar. There's all sorts of features that you can do in here. The next thing I want to show you is if you come back up to our drop down at the top, I want to select blog post. I want to show you how you set up the blog post. So this is how you can stylize and design your blog posts so that you never have to do it again. So once you pick a design, and of course it can always change too, but once you pick a design and you put those elements in place, when you fill out the blog information, the data on the other page, like I showed you with all the SEO and the descriptions and stuff, it'll auto fill in here, and you never have to mess with the template again. So all your blog posts will follow a very similar design. I've chosen a very similar design because I like things very similar. I want people focusing on the content. But over here on the left hand side, you can see it acts just like the page builder. We can actually add entire sections. So again, I can add text, I can add call to actions, I can add a hero. I can add a hero with a form if I wanted to. Here we go. See, it's going to put it down here. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to drag it to the top. Like, you can customize your blog post page any way that you want. It can look like a home page. It can look like a landing page, whatever, sales funnel. Keep in mind that this section over here where it says blog post body is the only part that will auto update with the data that you put in on the other page. Okay. All these other ones, whatever you create and put in here, it's going to be the same across every single blog post. So keep that in mind. It doesn't auto-populate with information, so I'm just going to delete that. So we click under here under blog post body. I'm just going to show you a couple of things. One of the things I wanted to show you down here is this is your post opt-in. You have calls to actions and you have opt-ins right here on the left-hand side. If I wanted to choose a quick call to action, I'd click on this and just check box this show to call to action. And there you go. There's a simple call to action. You can customize that. You can change the text. You link the button somewhere if you want to just say, hey, sign up for my newsletter or whatever. I chose the opt-in. Now the opt-in can do a whole bunch of stuff. So the opt-in's here. Here's the controls for the opt-in. And I chose to have a form embedded so they can sign right up for my email list right there in the blog post. Now, what's cool about this is you turn this on in here and it'll auto appear across every blog post. You'll never have to change it again. But you can use this to promote your freebie. You can use it to promote your webinar or your course or whatever. You can get signups right here. So again, you can have a button that links to a landing page, or you can have a form right here that they fill out and even make a purchase. You can actually put purchases in here as well. And then like right here, it can redirect to thank you pages, just like in the page builder, landing pages, checkout pages. They could download a file. So you could even advertise a freebie right here where they put in their info, and then and as soon as they click, yeah, give it to me or sign me up, it'll automatically just link them to the PDF or whatever free audio file, whatever it is, so they could download it right away. So that's one of my favorite features. Again, everything you set up in here, it just stays the same across all of your blog posts. You never have to put that work in ever again. Use this bottom part to promote your lead magnet and you're good to go. So I hope all this helps. Hopefully it's not too confusing. If you have any other questions, just comment below. I definitely dive more in depth into all of this in my Master Kajabi course and of course on my YouTube channel. So just make sure you're subscribed over there. If you have questions, comment below or email me and I'd be happy to help, and I'll see you in the next video.